Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Ravenport. So yeah, there was an episode 15 out there for a while. Of course, the amount of videos I've uploaded this year, the only time I go away for a couple days and can't check anything, I come back and I look at my uploads, and episode 15 was 3 minutes long. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be 3 minutes long, so I tried uploading again. YouTube said, hey, it's 3 minutes long. No, it's not. So I re-rendered the video, uploaded it again. YouTube says, hey, it's 3 minutes long. So, all that I recorded in that episode, I don't know, I can't remember everything I did in that episode. So if I repeat myself of something I said in episode 14, so basically in 15 what we did was, we did harvesting of our fields. And while our fields were being harvested, I don't know if you saw the thumbnail or not, but the field that we want to buy, plot number 7, I did a cotton job. Yeah, so I harvested cotton. We sold cotton. Now, one thing I will say, when I harvested the entire field and sold the bales, if you will. I had a total of 4 bales. I did not get any extra money for income from the harvest. So I would say if you're looking for extra income from doing harvest jobs, cotton, you may not get it because I don't know if it counts it as bales or what, but I didn't get no extra money from the harvest there. But yeah, and so we were doing a contract while we had workers harvesting our fields, working our fields. So that's where we are. Also, we got more sheep, not by us buying sheep, but reproduction wise. So we got 11 of each sheep now. So the reproduction rate went from 100 hours down to like 90. I think 90 hours, somewhere around there. And money wise, to buy that field, we now need just a little over $200,000 and we can buy that field. That's why we are selling some stuff today, and probably the second half of the episode will be harvesting our own fields as well. Right now, I was going to seed this field. They were requesting barley. I didn't do it because, well, I don't have time to do it. It'd probably take me a while. I was probably going to getting paid something like, let's see, they're going to pay me like 10 grand, $2,500 for leasing fees because I wasn't going to seed that with our seed drill. And then, of course, I would have to buy the seed and seed it. So overall, I probably would have gotten paid maybe like $6,500, which is not bad. I just don't see my time doing that for 6.5. But I did a lot of contracting jobs before we sell this. So we're taking canola to the Central Grain. We do have 8,700. I think the price now is pretty close to 1,500. So before we do anything, so we're up here with our canola right here. Central Grain Mill, almost 1,500. If I go, where's money? Here we go. So here we are today. I didn't do a whole lot the day before. Sold bales. Okay, I sold the bales from the field. Here's our harvest income. So this is the money I got for doing some harvest jobs and contracts. I did 2 contracts, and that's the extra money I got from harvest. Here's what we got for harvesting in episode 15 from our fields. And doing contract jobs, well, you can see contract. So I think I can borrow up to 900. I want to say 960,000. So I got the loan down to 530. When I get it down to about 300,000, we should be able to forward plot number 7. And that's when we'll start getting horses. I do know horses do make money, all that good stuff. But I'm kind of going for the BGA silage as well. All that kind of stuff. We also got some soybeans to sell. Right now the soybean price is going up. But thank you, canola, for 13 grand right there. So, we got soybeans to sell and wool today. The reason I want to sell wool, the highest I've seen this is topping up near 12. The lowest I've seen it is in the 600. So the price is good today. I got like 12 pallets of wool. So we should get somewhere around 15, 16, yeah, somewhere around there. 15 or 16,000 from that. Also the eggs. Look at the eggs. We're going to sell some eggs too at the pork grain elevator. That's what we're going to do next because the price is steady. The wool is going to be steady, hopefully. And soybeans, I got more than a trailer full. The price is going up, so we're going to wait on that. But right now, I think I got you caught up on mostly everything. While we're here, though, but I will show you. So, yeah, we got 11 sheep, and now they're reproducing every 90 hours. So, it cut off almost 10 hours of the reproduction time, which is great. I thought about buying more sheep, but I think I'm going to get more sheep in another 2 days. So, if it keeps, can't see it cutting down another 10 hours, but we're going to let them go for now because we're just saving our money to buy plot number 7. That's our goal. That's going to be the field that's going to help us really get going on the farm. Give us more land. I think we're going to actually go put the horses down by the sheep. Hopefully they will fit down there as well. And that way I won't take away anything from field number 7. And we can turn field number 7 to a grass field. So we can get hay and grass for our sheep and horses, and all the extra grass would go right next door to the BGA, which that place is not that expensive. So I think it's like $350,000. So as you know, when you buy more land, you'll be able to borrow more money. So we'll have a maxed out loan. We'll buy plot number 7. We might get an extra $200,000 we can borrow, which means we'll probably just need another $150,000 to buy the BGA. And then we can start cutting grass and selling silage. But right now, I got the trailer. We need to go pick up some eggs so we can go sell them. I got maybe like 30 cartons or so to sell. So, yeah, I'll meet you down back at the farm probably in a second. I got a couple of things I need to show you there as well. Well, we got a trailer load full of eggs. Not safely stored. They're all wrapped in bubble wrap, though, so they should be fine. While we're here, though, I will mention I have repaired the Seadrill. So the discs are nice and back to black. They were actually pure stainless steel. The paint wore off everywhere here. The paint was worn off everywhere here. From my understanding, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard on other YouTube channels and I've seen on the discussion forum on I almost said SES, Giant Software, that also if as for your seed rolls, your harvesters, your headers, the more damage they get on, the less effective they are or efficient they are. I don't know if it's the same with the Breedle's spreader. Now I can't remember if I did this in episode 14 or episode 15. When I fixed the Breedle, it did fix all the paint, so the paint gets restored. I kind of wish the paint would not restore. It's the same thing for the tractors. Like when the tractor starts to get wear, you'll see like paint scratches and it'll wear off. I like to repair. I wish they would separate repair and repaint. I wish they could do that. Yeah, because every time you repair it, all the paint comes back. So let's hop in here. We got delivery, so we got all the eggs. I'm hoping that all the eggs stay in the back. Actually, I probably would drive out a cab for this, just in case. Yeah, the chicken pen needs to be cleaned up. The other thing I did in here on episode 15, which this will be like episode 15B, so I don't know. I did put a $5,000 placeable silo for lime here. I just limed these 3 fields here, and that Breedle, which holds 9,000 liters, which I know I can upgrade, by the way. I know I can. But just at 9,000 liters that holds, I had to refill that. It was full. I spread some lime, had to refill it. Spread some lime, I had to refill it. Spread some lime. It takes pretty much 27,000 liters of lime to do these 3 small fields. So instead of going back to the store and keep rebuying, I said, you know what, for $5,000, I'm putting it down there. It's worth it. $5,000 is not going to really kill us at this point. It will if I finish doing some work and I'm short like by $5,000 being able to buy plot number 7. But let's head over to the port grain elevator. I think it is a port grain elevator. Let me double check here before I go all the way over there and find out I'm wrong. Eggs, $37.50. That's a really good price. Port grain elevator. Yeah, I'll meet you over there. We'll be making probably... I gotta go there with the soybeans at some point when that price stops. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of shuttling back and forth because we got to do that wool later on shortly as well. But time to go deliver these eggs. Alright, here we are with all the eggs intact. I didn't lose any. Nice smooth ride, but then again, I was on the road all the way over. It's too bad I can't just, you know, dump my load. So, what? Wait, let me in here. So now it's just a matter of 562 per box. So we were at, what, 14.2-ish? So we'll see where we are at when I get done selling all these boxes. The good news is they're accepting. Selling the last 2 boxes, 3 boxes. For some reason, some don't sell. You have to I had to come. See if they disappear up there. So we go from 14.2 to 31.6 basically. So that's like 16, 17, almost $18,000 in eggs. Thank you, chickens. For what little, I mean, one thing that's good about chickens, you don't have to give them water. You just have to give them wheat or barley, and they're fine, and just clean their pen once in a while. So, yes, we're up to 31,000 in our bank account. Well, yeah, obviously with our loan and whatnot, the money's kind of a little funky. But yes, we got 31,000. I'll repay off some of that loan, keep the loan interest down, but it's time to go back to the farm. I gotta check on see what the soybean price is doing. If it's still going up, then we'll grab the baling trailer and I'll knock down a sign, grab the baling trailer, come down to the sheep. Like I said, I got like 12, 14-ish bales to sell. So we'll go sell some wool since, you know, you didn't get to see me sell the cotton bales. At least hopefully you'll be able to see me sell some wool bales today. And we'll clean up the sheep area just a little bit. So I'll bring it back in a second and quickly you'll know what we're doing. But we'll be selling something. So here we are at the sheep pasture. So you can see the bales I've been taking out. And I don't know if I can fit all of these on the trailer or not. I don't know if I can double stack them or not either. Have no clue. The one thing about placing the pastures now is, of course, it leaves these little grass humps everywhere on the edges. So it's going to make it a little bit of fun. But I know one thing I'm going to do. When I get like a couple of these on, I'm strapping the suckers in. I'm not taking no chances. So, yeah, I got to make sure I get it as close as I can on the edge here. So this is going to probably take me like a week in game time to do this. I've been so spoiled with an auto loader on the Pacific Northwest in 17. I mean, I'm not the worst at stacking, but I'm not. It's not something I do all the time. So yeah, they're gonna be on there. They're gonna be well enough. Come on, forks, get it. No, I'm too high. Angle the forks that way. There we go. So another thing I probably mentioned in the deleted episode now, I had to redo the grass bales as well, because when the guy went to plant previously, the seed drill went down, and when he turned around, he just plowed through those grass bales like they were not even there. So that was fun, coming back and seeing all that mess. I'm having to try to restack all that. But instead of you sitting there watching me struggle with these, No, 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 no. You need to get back on there, sir. And this is the problem I usually have with the pallets, getting them off. Doesn't help that I'm going downhill either. So yeah, I'll bring you back when, because, you know, I'm kind of a family-friendly YouTuber, so I don't want to be, you know, letting out some nice language. So I'll be back in a while. Alright, we're slowly making our progress here. I'm glad I have strapped the bales of wool in as I go. Twice I hit the wrong pedal to go backwards, and I went forward and pushed the one in the back off. Yeah, on a hill is the worst, man. I want to find a better way to do this. Come on, slide out nicely for me. Like that. I mean, that's not too bad what I got going there. And probably what I should be doing is, yes, we're going to grab this one right here as well. Is this time I'm going to go around to the other side of the trailer. Now I don't know if you can double stack these, but we're going to try. I'm pretty sure someone's going to come out with like a smoothing mod for these placeables. And the good news is we only got one of these. Whoops. I'm going to try to get it right where there's a nice little strap. Almost flung it off there. Let's get out and see if this will. I think it will. There we go. It will. Maybe I should save the game just because it's on there. Yeah, saving content. Thank you. So hopefully the wool price hasn't changed. No, it's not. And the soybean price is still going up. No, it peaked. It peaked. So after we get done selling these, which is back at the farm, near the farm. It's a big grass divot there apparently. We'll leave our forks here. I probably am also going to download, there's trailer mods now so the horses can go in these kind of trailers. So I'll probably end up doing that as well once we get there, but I will meet you over, hopefully I'm not stuck on this little hill or whatever it is. As this is a soybean field, by the way, because, well, you didn't see the last episode, so that's soybeans that we're growing there. Last time it was canola. But anyways, I'll meet you back over at the wool place. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. But I'll see you there shortly. I'm taking the back way into the spinnery, wool place area. The reason why I know this road exists because when I did the cotton job and I came down with the trailer. Yeah, this dirt road I'm taking kind of curves up and comes out by the railroad tracks by the animal dealership. And the sell point is just right here. And let's watch that money go up. It's kind of taking it weirdly. Come on. I will say these trigger points are very weird how they accept things once in a while. Let's unstrap that. Oops, taking some there. Come on. There it goes. That was rough. That was really rough. Nope, wrong page again. Sold wool, so $14,100 from that. And harvest income from our eggs and our canola so far. So now, got to go back to the farm again. Grab our trailer, grab most of the soybeans that we can. Actually, I may sell them all. I'll just have to make 2 trips, because every little penny is going to count. Really, right now, we just need less than 200 grand to buy that property. Now, I should mention over here at the farm, I have planted nothing but oats. I really need to start saving oats. I did watch someone, horses take a lot of oats. So, yeah, I need to start collecting them. So I think these fields for now are just going to be some oats. I'm not going to worry about the chickens too much. They're good for a while. Plus, plot number 7, if everything goes right and we buy it before they harvest it, we will have tons of wheat to sell them or not sell them, give them anyways. Now, I do have periodic plowing on, I still do believe. I am going to check that before I say a statement that's not true. Periodic plowing required on. I have yet to have to plow my fields. I bought that subsoiler so I could, you know, it's wider, and I said, oh yeah, we can take care of it and do it better. Haven't had to plow the fields. I know you're supposed to plow the fields after corn, sugar beet, potatoes. Doesn't matter how many times. I mean, if you plant corn and you plow your field and plant corn again after you harvest, you should have to plow it right away, from my understanding. As for regular fields, you should have to plow it after every 3 times, but so far, haven't had to do that. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I am playing on patch 1.1.3. I know they did the fix to where I wasn't getting contracts available to me because all the fields had weeds in them. That was a bug where farmers were thinking weeds were a crop and they needed to be harvested, but since there's nothing to harvest, it was bugged out. So if you saw a field full of weeds, you wouldn't get no more contracts full of them. All the fields around here had nothing but weeds in them. Yeah, so I mentioned that also in the deleted episode. I should have a cover over this. There we go. So off to the port grain elevator. We're going to sell this. Somewhere around 26 grand, I would say, we're going to get for this load. And then we'll head back and get the last, I think I had 3,000 or 4,000 liters left in the silo. But let's go sell this grain here. So here we are back at the port grain elevator. This time with soybeans, not eggs. And this time we can just empty it right out of the back of the trailer. Make some good cash. Then I'll go back, like I said, I think I got like 3,000 or 4,000 liters left. I will come back and sell that as well. Very nice. Not quite as much as I was hoping for. I was hoping for 25 grand, but not that far off. So I'm going to head back to the silo, top off, come back here, sell the rest as I cut in front of this car. And I'll be back here in a flash. And now to sell our last 3,700 liters of the day. Not going to be a great amount of cash, but, you know, still $6,500 early stages in Farming Simulator is a lot. I did talk about how they have, one thing I kind of like what they've done to this game is they have nerfed the economy in 19. And I kind of like the change. There are some things that are game changing. I know people are thinking, oh, sheep was the way to go in 15. Silage was the way to go. Did I just say sheep was the way to go in 15? Sheep was the way to go in 17. Silage was the way to go in 15. In 17, sheep's wool was on medium difficulty. I played with seasons, so a good price in seasons was like $9 grand for 1,000 liters. Now, as you can see, a good price is $1,000 per 1,000 liters. And the pallets, I did get a little upset though when the pallets are just 1,000 liters now, not 2,000. But I don't mind that the economy is nerfed, so it's not like you, as I can see now, because I forgot how it was to play without seasons and how fast fields can turn over. I mean, after you play a while, you would have money to start buying, I don't want to say everything, but you could grow pretty fast. Now you kind of have to work for it a little bit, which I'm fine with. I guess if you have a problem with the money and you're playing on PC, you can always just go into your XML file and give yourself money when you want to. But I'm kind of liking the way the economy is on this right now so far. They could have left the sheep's wool at 2,000 per pallet, but it does seem like they're reproducing pallets faster than before, which could nullify it being 1,000 liters per pallet. Anywho, bring this tractor and trailer. Actually, I probably should have brought this to where the sheep are, because I probably would have harvested that first. Well, my harvester's over here. Everything's over here anyway. Yeah, doesn't matter. The field over by the sheep will be ready first. That's for sure. But what I need to do, I need to grab that Massey Ferguson, come all the way back here with a bucket, and clean out the chickens so the chickens can, productivity can get back up to 100%. Their pen is probably pretty filthy right about now. Turn that off. How are the sheep productivity? Actually, they're at 97%, so they're not that dirty. But you can see now we're getting chickens every, just over 2 hours or whatever. So yeah, the cleanliness is not that bad. It's not cutting down the productivity at all. Having roosters in the game doesn't really matter. The more roosters you have does not make them produce more eggs or make the chickens produce faster. If that makes any sense. The sheep could probably start getting... They're good for at least a couple more days. I got to get used to not having to feed them every 3 days. And instead of running around, I think I'll just check this page here. This field does not need any herbicide yet. Neither do these fields here. It's funny. It looks like it didn't fertilize the bottom part. That's fine. So field number 7 is what I'm trying to keep an eye on for contracts. Fertilizing. That's what we're looking for. It's ready for fertilizing. We will accept that contract. So what I'm going to do is hop back into the Massey Ferguson, which is way over by the sheep. We got the bucket on here. I'm going to come back, clean up the chickens. We'll go to grab our artificial fertilizer spreader. We'll head to field 7, fertilize that, because hopefully that will be our field when it's ready for harvest. So since we're sitting here right now, kind of, so if I borrow all the money that I can, plot number 7 is $645,000-ish. So we can kind of see, so I need another about $250,000 in order to buy that field. So this field here should be ready by then. The fields over by the chicken pen will be ready, but we're not selling that. That's oats. So we're keeping that. So we're only going to get income from here. So I should get about $70,000 from this soybean field, hopefully, if everything goes well. So that means I got to do some contracting jobs by the time that field's ready. But like I said, what I can do is we're going to maintain this field as best we can. Any jobs come up for field number 7 we'll take. When it comes time for it to be harvested, we will accept the harvesting contract. That way they won't harvest it. Because I do have withering turned off because I'm not used to the fields turning over this fast, so I got withering turned off. So yeah, we'll take the contract to harvest field 7. We'll just hold on to it until we can afford it. We'll buy it, and then we'll have a field full of wheat to do what we please. But if I don't get enough money in time, what I could do is just let the field go again. But I'm afraid if I let the field go again, they may replant like potatoes or sugar beet, cotton, something I don't have the equipment for. So that's why with wheat, I'd rather accept that. We'll get a lot of wheat, we'll sell it. Wheat's not that much. But you know what? It's crop that we could harvest with the equipment that we got. We can sell it, get some money back. But we'll talk more as I go down here. I'm going to clean the chickens. I do have the narrow tires on, which we're ready to go. I'll get the artificial fertilizer spreader. We're full of fertilizer. And I'll meet you back at field 7, our future field. Briefly, for me, it'll probably take about 5 minutes. Well, here we are at field number 7. Our future field. So the good news is it doesn't need lime. It's not, well, how about steering straight there, Peanut? Okay. It doesn't need lime. There's no weeds in it right now. And we're getting at least one stage of fertilization on it that we're doing. And we're getting paid for it. So I'm kind of, like I said, I'm hoping we can place the horses down by the sheep. Right next to it. And we're going to turn this field right into a grass field, which is very convenient being right next to the BGA. And as you can see, there's even a gate there to go through. The BGA is like $350,000. So, you know, after we buy this field, our loan should be able to be increased, but we'll have to wait a day, which is more than fine. I'm guessing it's going to increase maybe by 200. If it increases by the full 350, I can buy the BGA right off. That would be sweet. And then the first time it comes time to mow this will be a grass field. It'll probably take a couple days. I probably will lease the big M, because that's like 350 grand. And yeah, we'll have to make some hay as well, because the horses need hay. So I'll have to get like a windrower. A lot of steps have to take place. It's going to be money tight right then and there, obviously. So we may not get horses right away when we buy the field. Everything's going to have to kind of line up. There could be a lot of spending going on. But after we buy this plot here, I'm going to call this plot 7 and the BGA. I don't plan on buying any more land for a while, because what I'm going to do is we're going to start buying bigger equipment and bigger tractors and slowly paying off our loan and do that. I'm hoping to put the cow pasture somewhere on the BGA property. There's a couple areas there I would like to. I don't want to cover up the fields too much if I don't have to. I realize I can create a field somewhere else and make the fields bigger then. But I'd rather not if we don't have to. Fields are our friends in making crops. It is going to suck the first couple times because I'll probably have to harvest when it comes time to do this field here. Yeah, we're going to be doing it with a worker is going to be harvesting this field, and we'll be transporting it for sure. But basically what I do is when I got a big job like this, and I just let a worker harvest this field, I go do contract jobs. I do one contract job that'll more than pay for the labor for that worker. and I'll get some cash. In the mean, I'm making cash while paying. You know, I don't have to sit here in a small harvester harvesting this field. But the first pieces of the new equipment we're going to buy is grass equipment, so we can bring grass over to the BGA and make money that way. And once we get the BGA rolling and the grass rolling, money's just going to start coming in, as they say, hand over fist, I guess that's the term to use. But first things first, we need another $150,000. 10 grand's going to come right here. Yes, I am using my own fertilizer, so it's cost me a little bit. But really, I think he's paying us, what, $11,000 to fertilize this field? It's probably costing me maybe like, I'm going to say probably 3 grand in fertilizer. So I'm making pretty much like $8,000 to $9,000 fertilizing this field. And it's not going to take me long to fertilize this field at all. But that's kind of the plan we're going on. I kind of discussed this plan when I was actually in this field baling cotton. The one thing I don't understand about the cotton jobs that you can take for contracts, okay, I understand. They give you 2 harvesters. Well, if you're playing single player like I am, you're going to be in one. I guess they assume that you want to, you know, get another harvester and hire help. But really, when you hire help doing contracts, you're just cutting into your profit margin. I pretty much did this field with 1 harvester, and I got done doing this contract, and that's transporting, bringing all the equipment up here and starting the job while my small little combine was working in field number 6. But that's one thing I do like about the new contracting system is you can leave the field and go tend to your other fields. So while I was baling cotton in this one, you know, I would get the message like, hey, your combine in field number 6 is 80% full. I'm like, okay, I got to get ready, find a place to stop the baler here, jump over there, go empty it, come back here. No penalties, nothing about, hey, you got 10 seconds to get back in the field. That's real nice. So I will say also, from doing contract jobs, I was doing, like I showed you earlier, I did 2 contracting jobs, which was harvesting, and I got a good amount of money for extra harvest. Be aware of taking jobs with headers, the great big headers of 45 feet. So I was using the New Holland C1090 with the 45-foot header in the big field, field number 8, which had soybeans in it, which was fantastic. The header kept catching on the ground, so you had to find different ways to harvest a field. You know, just going, the header was catching on the ground, and it would just stop your harvester dead in its tracks. So basically you had to lift up the header and find a different way to harvest that area. It doesn't happen everywhere, but it happens often enough where it can be a little frustrating. But in the end, I think I got paid for field number 8. I think they paid me $28,000 to harvest that field, minus $4,000 for leasing. But being soybeans, I think I ended up getting like 14 grand in extra harvest that I got to keep, which was nice. But you can see field number 7 here. You can kind of see where I already fertilized over there. Yeah, so I'm probably profiting like $8,000 or $9,000 by fertilizing this field using our own equipment. So, you know, a few jobs like this, and like I said, that soybean field over there, it's going to get us close to like 80 grand. So I know I say, hey, we need 150 grand. Well, 80 grand is going to come from there. We're going to get some cash from here. Now, the jobs I kind of try to stay away from a little bit right now because cultivating jobs, I would like to, I have not cultivated nothing at all. They don't really count. When you're seeding with a seed drill, that cultivates as well. They don't really count that as cultivating. But cultivating jobs, pretty much if you lease the equipment, it's pretty much half of what the job contract is for. So I was going to do a job. I'm like, hey, they're going to pay me 7 grand to cultivate that field. Leasing it was like four grand. I'm like, 4 grand, that's half the profit. So I don't do that. Seeding, I kind of stay away from because, yes, you lease the equipment. That's all good, but the equipment comes with no seed in it. So, we're done with this field. The equipment comes with no seed in it, so you got to buy the seed. Yes, you do get reimbursed for the seed they don't use. So what I would recommend, if you don't sit there and say, I don't know how much seed I need. Just fill up the seed roll as full as it can take. Go seed the field, and when you accept a contract, you get reimbursed for the seed that you didn't use. Anyways, this contract is done. So we'll come here. I'm surprised I haven't reached 50 contracts yet. So yeah, we almost got paid 12 grand. So that is good. Just to make sure anything else, anything for Field 7. This contract here has been here since day one. The first time I saw it, I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of cash. I'm like, they want me to mow grass, then bale the grass, and wrap it to make silage bales, take the bales to the barn. Field 1, I almost did it, but Field 1's way up here. So I would have to bring up a tractor with a mower, mow it, then come back down, because I think you're only getting one tractor, grab the wrapper, then drive up, wrap the bales. Then I'm sure you'd have to come back and get a baling trailer and something to pick them up with. You come up here, you load it. You may have to make 2 trips and come way down here and sell it at the barn. That's a lot of work for that amount of money. And also, wait, what's the... well, okay, it's only $623 for leasing the equipment. So you get like 7 grand. Now, the question I don't know is, now if anyone of you out there have done it yet, after you meet the quota that they're requesting, if you got extra silage bales, do you get the extra money like we do when we harvest? That's the only question I got. But I need to turn off my tractor. That is going to do it for this episode. And hopefully it loads up and YouTube does not cut it down to 3 minutes. I don't know what's wrong. It must be something to do with my recording. Like I said, I do apologize for episode 15 only being 3 minutes going out. I was out of town, so it was up for like maybe 30 hours before I realized it was only a 3-minute video. So yeah, at first I tried re-uploading the video, and YouTube still said it was 3 minutes long. So I said, okay, I'll just re-render it, and uploaded the new re-render, and it still did the same thing. So must be something to do. I would just say my recorded video must be corrupt somehow, because I don't know. It shows fine on my PC before I render it. I watch it, and it goes through the full, I think it was a 40-minute episode. So it goes through fine, and somehow when it uploads, YouTube doesn't like something on it. So I just finally bit the bullet, because I spent way too long trying to get that video to upload, and I finally just said delete it and bite the bullet and explain it in this video. So this would be Ravenport episode 15B, I think. I don't know. Something like that. None of you knew about episode 15. Well, you kind of learned about it by me explaining it at the beginning and the end. But anyways, yeah, we're up to 515. We need 644 in this field. If I get to the end of the in-game day before we buy this land, I will repay off the loan so I don't get hit hard with the interest fees. But yeah, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.